America is deeply divided. There are only two sides to every issue, and there is no interest in finding common ground, not even with members of your own family. But as the 2024 presidential election looms on the horizon, there has never been a more important time to have the necessary conversation.
Hello, Haley.
Hi.
You suck.
And care to respond to that comment?
What?
Where
Dad
have you
said
been?
you suck.
Where have you been?
I had to wake up early, go run my errands, etc., etc. Make it home in time. I was fucking hungry, so I ate something. I'm giving you the blow by blow. I had to take a piss. Our internet wasn't connected, so I had to connect that, and now here I am. What else would you like to know?
PP.
Meanwhile, we're all.
I just told you my internet wasn't connected. That's why it took me so long.
We have stuff to do also, but we wait.
Welcome.
Okay, I have actual stuff to do today.
So do we.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good one. Okay.
Welcome to the necessary conversation.
Let's do it. You wanna fucking dish out the insults? Let's go. I don't know. Let's go.
My name is
I'm
Chad
ready.
Kultgens. This is
Stop
my
it.
sister, Haley Popp.
Jesus.
These are my parents, Bob and Mary Lou, also Haley's parents. This is a show where we talk about the big political issues of the week, and as you can see, we're already off to a great start with the family dynamic in full effect. Welcome to the show. Now, Mom and Dad, I see you're wearing some new headgear.
Yes.
Care to describe?
Trump hats.
Yes.
Donation made.
All right, so they've got on their red Donald Trump hats. That should give you some idea of their political
You
leanings.
do not wear those in public.
Yeah, we
we
do.
wear them all over the place.
No, you don't.
While we're
Yeah,
packing,
yeah.
we have to pack though. When
I
we're
go out front, stand on the front porch, and do this shit.
Okay.
You do
To
not wear
who?
those. You
Who's
do not
looking
wear
at you
those.
and you're just pointing to the hat, hoping somebody's looking out their window or what?
No, we got a dentist catty corner from us.
A dentist.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, don't
He's a woke. He's a woke turd.
We have a lot of woke people in our neighborhood, but we also have a colonel right down the street who has more signs than we do in the yard.
All right. Well, things are getting heated as we're only a couple of weeks away from the election.
Plus, our plumber thinks we're lightweights.
We do have a plumber that came into the house. We had a toilet needing fixed. Oh my gosh. I should have recorded our conversation and didn't. You think Dad and I are MAGA? You magnify it 1,000 times. This guy is ready.
Loaded and ready to go.
He's 63. He's ready.
He's in for some disappointment come election day, I think. Mom, do you want to do ditties first or do you want the listener question?
I'll do the ditties. I'll do them quick.
Okay.
And like we talked about this earlier, I probably should have done a segment because for some reason Chad's not picking up on the good stuff right now to talk about. Sorry.
As I always say, you can produce this show anytime you want.
I know. And I should have. I'll do them quick. Here we go.
Right.
Fox News, Brett Baer had the interview with Harris. Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, I watched the highlights. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw a bunch of the clips.
Camel face.
Okay. She was 15 minutes late. There were 10 questions.
Who cares about 15 minutes late? Let's address each one of these topics as you bring it up.
Okay, that's rude. Number one, being late is rude.
All politicians are late. Trump comes to his own rallies an hour and a half late.
Okay, it was a 25-minute interview.
No. Hang on. Let's address that point. You said it was rude. She's late. Trump shows up to his own rallies over an hour late.
Yeah, because
they're his rallies.
No, that one time was
they're not sponsored by some news network.
The one time it was because his airplane was messed with the hydraulics, that someone messed with the hydraulics.
Okay, so Trump has excuses. All right.
Okay. It was supposed to be 25-minute interview. She spoke exactly 18 minutes. She did not, and there were 10 questions given to her.
Yeah.
Out of the 10 questions, she did not answer a single one. She didn't answer any of the questions. Okay. If you're running for president of our country, don't you owe that to the people to be to be honest and answer a damn question.
All right, look, we can get into this right now if you want, but one of our topics is Trump being too exhausted to do his interviews. You're sitting here complaining about Kamala Harris not answering all these questions and only spoke for 18 minutes. She went on Fox News. Let me know when Trump goes on MSNBC and gets interviewed by Rachel Maddow.
Guess what? It was very insulting to that interviewer for her not to even answer anything, and insulting to us as Americans. That, you know, he asked her about Biden's failing health. Couldn't answer it. Asked her about the border. Okay, fuck
she
you.
She went on Fox News.
Sleep, you ass. You
okay.
Hang on a minute. You don't give her any credit for going on Fox News?
No.
She didn't answer a damn question. If she would have answered some questions, I would have said, good deal.
Hell,
Glad
I
can
go on Rachel Maddow and go,
I would have been happy if she would have answered a question. She answered nothing. Why did she even do the interview?
To try and reach people. I think it was basically a publicity stunt to say, look, I'm willing to go on any show, including Fox News.
Trump and do nothing.
Trump is not willing to. Trump is scared of that shit.
He doesn't. He answers.
Trump's been campaigning now, every day for 45, 50 days.
We're going to get to that too. We're going to get to what his campaign. She's been doing it too.
Okay. 8 days ago, Tim Walz.
Don't you want a president who's not exhausted from campaigning?
Anyway, you're all going to lose anyway.
8 days ago, Walz went to his high school football game. Went back for the homecoming. I think it's called Mankato High School.
Yeah.
He's
now known as a pedophile.
I'm speaking. He was not received real well. People booed him. The parents sneered at him. The allegations were that he allegedly took advantage of an Asian student while he was teaching, took him to a gay bar, and there you go. And that has all been hushed up in the news. In fact, I tried to Google it, and this thing pops up, and it said something like taken off the internet. Boom. I've been seeing it all over TikTok, all over Instagram. Go to TikTok and Instagram. And
just look up Donald Trump's rap sheet.
That he did not get fired.
What do I type in? Tim Walz gay bar?
Yes, gay bar with a student on one of his China trips or something. Do you see anything, Chad?
Let's see. Big October surprise. Tim Walz accused of inappropriate relations with a minor.
There you go.
Hang on.
There you go.
These accusations are unverified and seem to be fiction.
Of course they're unverified. Of course they're going to say
this is what the article says. I'm not making this up.
I like it for the October surprise.
Tim Walz once advised a high school's gay-straight alliance. What we know about the governor and the club. This is from...
Yeah, 20 years ago, he was the head of some gay alliance at the school.
This is from August 21st.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about he took this kid out and did some weird things.
Here's Snopes.
Okay.
Unpacking the claim that Walz recruited young boys into gay club at school.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. There's still another one. Keep searching a little bit more.
This is all just
it was on
lies.
X, Chad. The person that has come forward.
It was on X?
Yes.
Okay, then I believe it.
The person that came forward, I forget the tag name. Mm-hmm. It was on X and said, this is what happened. This is really what happened to me, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
JD Vance fucked a couch.
This really pissed me off. At a rally, I think it was yesterday, Harris was up there talking about abortions and going on and on. Someone in the crowd yelled at her, Jesus is Lord, real loud. She says back to them and yells, and as she's giggling, I think that you are in the wrong rally. You're meant to go down to the smaller one all the way down. And then her followers clapped and cheered and, you're the greatest. So now.
What was the implication that this person was supposed to go to hell?
No, she's mocking an audience person that's a Christian. Okay. That's not very cool. I'd say all the Christians are going to dump her for sure now. She also skipped an Al Smith dinner. You know who that dinner is, to raise money for Catholics, right? And Catholic charities. all the presidents in the past have gone, all of them. She
Okay.
gave a little recording to put on there, some kind of Saturday Night Live parody thing, whatever. But all of the other presidents in the history have always gone there. So that
candidates.
Yeah. So candidates.
You're covering the camera.
So she snubbed all the Catholics there too. But she had enough time to go to Howard Stern show, The View, Detroit with Usher, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
And then the last thing, the FBI did revise the crime rate data that was in their debate. Trump was right. That interviewer was wrong. They have come out and said that the crimes of illegals have gone up, and they just didn't add it to the numbers yet.
Okay.
And remember, that was fact checked, and they told Trump immediately, that's not right. You're wrong. Those are my ditties.
Thank you for your ditties.
Thank you.
Now we move on to that portion of our program in which we have a question from a listener. If you would like to submit your question to this very program, all you have to do is record it in a 1 minute or shorter video and audio format. We're starting to get in some video ones, by the way. This one today is audio, but we are starting to get some video ones. So thank you for sending those. Keep them coming. Send them to thenecessaryconversationpod at gmail.com. I go through them all. Are you ready for today's question?
Yes, I wished it was video. I'd like to see that we really have a follower.
the audio of them isn't enough? All right, here you go. Mom and Dad, this one's for you.
Of course.
Hi, Kultgen family. I'm a huge fan calling from Michigan, and my question today is about Bob and Mary Lou's love story. So I'm wondering if you can share any information about how you guys met, who said I love you first, and how your first date was and where it was, and how Bob proposed. I am a huge fan of the show again, and I love what you guys are doing, so thanks.
Okay, that actually has nothing to do with politics.
No, but it's an interesting question.
Why did you throw that out there?
Because I want to know the answers, as does everyone else.
Who's going, you or me?
You've been yakking. Been yakking it up.
Go, you yak.
Yeah, Dad. Well, I want to hear, what did you think when you first saw Mom? And when was that?
The first time we ever talked was at a wrestling match.
That's true.
Professional wrestling?
No, I was a wrestler.
WWE.
Yeah.
I was a wrestler for Great Bend High School.
Yeah.
Your mother was a cheerleader.
Rah, rah, rah.
Okay.
And the first thing I ever said to her, she had her sock inside out.
Of course.
You
The
nagged her.
OCD kicked in.
Nice.
Yep.
Way back then. And it was inside out.
She was 15 and I was 17.
Oh,
That's when we met.
inappropriate.
He
All right.
robbed the cradle. Yes, he
We've
did.
been together ever since.
What was your first date?
I don't know.
In the blue car that was not yours, but you said it was.
Yeah.
I said, whose car is this? It's ours.
Yeah.
It wasn't his. It was
So
his
you
dad's.
lied? You stole a car? What's going on?
No,
It was his dad's.
my dad.
Okay. Who said I love you first? Was another part of that question?
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't either.
When was it? Was it that year? Were you in high school?
Hell, who knows?
We started dating like in October and maybe after the first of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Okay. And then what was the proposal?
What do you mean?
He proposed to you at some point to get married, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was several years later.
Yeah, we went together like 4 or 5
But
years.
what was did you stage some kind of an event? How did you do the
we
proposal?
went
Did you get the ring?
We went to Britspaw Park and we got engaged at the water fountain of the Eagle.
Did you get on a knee? Did you have a ring?
I had a ring. I don't remember if I got on a knee or not.
I made you. Yes, you did.
Did you write like a little poem? Did you profess your love, or did you just say, "Time to get married"?
You just
Yeah.
said, you want to marry me? I
Kind
said,
of like
You
that.
want it? You want this ring or not?
Yeah. If you
And
accept
then
this
he
ring, it means your socks are going to be on the right feet every goddamn day.
The eagle is no longer there. That's sad. It was a fountain that had water coming out of the eagle's mouth with another fountain in front of
And
it.
this was in December, right?
Where you could get a drink. Yeah, that's
Cold.
where we went. We like going to the park.
Okay.
But we've been married going on 50 years.
We're
Yeah,
40,
that's pretty
we're
wild.
49. We'll
Yeah.
be 50 in May.
Now in
Yeah.
Bachelor, you guys would be what we call the ceremony of the ancients. You would come out and you would tell the possible new bachelor couple what it takes to make it that long in marriage. Do you have any advice for anybody out there?
Well,
Well,
Okay.
yes. What are you going to say?
I said no.
Oh, he said no.
I don't have any advice.
I don't either. God fearing. Jesus. It's
You
been a
gotta
long
be
49.
You gotta be. You have to be committed, which most people today are not. So
Yeah.
Good and bad.
It's too easy.
We've been super poor and we've been middle class and we've been kind of rich, but through all of that, it stays the same, whether you're poor, middle, or rich. You keep working towards same goals.
Okay. Dad, you all right?
yeah, I had a yawn.
Going to sleep. All right. Well, thank you for your question, listener. Again, if anybody else out there has questions, just record them in a 1 minute or shorter audio or video format.
But
Send
the
them to
answer
the
to the
necessary
question, we met in
conversation.
high school.
You already said that.
So I'm 71 years old and I've known your mother since I was 17.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. You trapped her. Good job. All right, let's go on to our first topic, shall we? Record numbers of early voters in the swing states. Early voting has begun in several states, and records have already been broken. The key swing state of Georgia has seen over 1 million votes cast in a few short days since early voting began, which has shattered previous records set in the 2020 election. In North Carolina has also seen a record number of early voters across the state since their early voting opened this week. Although some political pundits think this is a good sign for Democrats, others maintain that the counties, seeing the highest turnout are traditionally Republican, just like you, Dad. While no one can say with certainty if these early voting records favor one party or the other, high voter turnout in general elections, early voting or otherwise, usually favors the Democrats, which was true of both Obama's victories and Biden's. Mom and Dad, do you think early voting should be allowed?
Yes, we're going to vote early by ballot. Yes.
Okay.
But I do think ID is most important.
Dad?
Yeah, I'm okay with you voting early if you're legitimate.
You have to have an ID.
Haley?
Yeah. Roman's coming home literally today, so we can all go vote early tomorrow because it's the only time he could, he has to like skip school and shit to do it.
So you're all voting early?
Yeah.
I'm voting October 30th.
Dad?
Yeah, I'm voting with your mother.
I'm voting day of. I'm going on election day. I like to get out there, mix it up, see who's doing what.
We wanted to wear these to the website or to the
website
polling place, and they won't let
To
us.
the website.
They won't let you wear Trump shit to the polling place?
I think
You can't.
I think in Oklahoma you can, but there's several states where you can't, and I don't want to chance it where they say you can't vote, go home.
Wait, they say there's like a dress code for
Dress
the voting?
code?
Yes.
No, you can't wear
Google it.
political stuff to a polling place.
Google it. But when I looked at it, Oklahoma was not one where I think we could wear them.
There goes your gay waltz hat.
But like I said, I'm afraid to do it because I want to vote.
I've had a whole bunch of people at the bakery. A lot of people have bought our merchandise. And they've all told us, like, I can't wait to wear my Hive sweatshirt to
Well, that's
when I
not
go vote.
political, though.
That's not
It is here.
Oh,
It is here.
Maybe
This says,
they'll get the piss beat out of them.
Oh my God.
this says almost half
All
of
right.
U.S. states prohibit anyone from wearing campaign apparel or buttons to polling locations. States with restrictions include Arkansas, California, Delaware, Indiana, Kansas, Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Vermont. There is no Oklahoma's
Hampshire,
not on this
New
list.
Jersey, New Mexico.
But Oklahoma's not in there, right?
No.
Oh, hi.
Not
So
on
we
this
could
list.
wear them, right?
I mean, I would call ahead. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me ask you this. A major Democratic talking point has always been that Republicans are making it harder for people to vote. Does this early voter turnout record contradict that narrative, Haley?
Yes.
I don't know. No, they're voting. No.
I
What?
think
I don't know.
everybody's going early.
I'm saying the narrative, the Democrats usually are especially in Georgia, they're talking about how Republicans are trying to make it harder for people to vote because low turnout generally is favorable to Republicans.
For instance, Roman, who is a college student, is literally having to skip school to come home to early vote because he can't really vote during the election. Like, he'll be in class. It's a whole
He
fucking
can't get an
thing, so-
absentee ballot.
Yeah, why didn't
Should
you?
have.
Well, we were looking it up, like a mail-in ballot.
Yeah.
You have to be like a certain age. You have to be
What?
old.
No.
No.
A student can get one.
Well, we couldn't find that info.
Right.
He was looking, we were looking, so he just said, I'm gonna have to come home. I'm skipping class. I'll be there on Sunday.
Yeah. In fact, he's
Well, that's good. He's going to vote for Trump.
in fact,
I think you should be able to just vote on the fucking internet.
I agree. You should be able to
on
do it
the
on your phone.
internet.
On your fucking phone. Like, give me an app.
No.
They should send you a text message with a link,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yep.
In fact, he's probably going to be knocking at our door here in a second.
We
What's
hope.
that fucking there's a movie, The Circle. Have you seen this?
No.
It's in that movie where an app like controls everything, even you get to vote through it.
Well, there's
No.
a reality show called The Circle that's like that.
Right now, we're having trouble, gosh, even with the machines where you put your vote in the machines. They're taking votes away there.
It is a little bit of an inconvenience. The reason I'm voting early is because I literally work 7 days a week, so I have to figure out when am I gonna fucking break away.
Putty cat.
I was like, where's Chad going?
Sometimes this is Scobby. Sometimes he comes to annoy me. Yeah.
Well,
You're on TV,
I got
dude.
better than Scobby. Let me get
He's on TV with us. Scobby, what do you think about the early voting in Georgia?
I think it contradicts the Democratic narrative that
The Republicans are making it harder to vote. Oh, look, there's your cousin. You see
There's
her?
Bear, Sugar Bear, Honey Badge.
You see her over there? All right, he's getting pissed. He wants down. Be gone.
She's so
thought.
sweet. She's so sweet. She's giving me
Oh, we got
cavities.
here now. All right, we're moving on to our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
Trump's dance marathon. On October 14th, 2024, Donald Trump held a town hall event in Oaks, Pennsylvania, moderated by South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. The event took an unexpected turn when Trump stopped taking questions after a medical incident occurred in the audience involving two attendees who needed attention.
You're starting to look
In
stupid.
response, Trump joked, asking if anyone else wanted to faint, and then shifted the tone by halting the Q&A session and playing music for the next 39 minutes. His team played 9 songs, including tracks like Elvis Presley's An American Trilogy, Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You, and YMCA by the Village People, while Trump danced on stage and swayed to the music. Reactions to the event were mixed, while Trump campaign spokesperson Stephen Chung celebrated it as a, quote, total love fest on social media, praising the audience's enthusiasm. Others found the moment strange. Independent journalist Aaron Rupard described it as deeply bizarre, while commentator Ron Filipowski referred to it as absolutely insane, questioning whether it was a cognitive lapse on Trump's part. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris, who had earlier called Trump unstable and unhinged at a Pennsylvania rally, responded on Twitter to video footage of the event, tweeting, "Hope he's okay." Harris also challenged Trump to release his medical records, emphasizing that transparency is necessary for any presidential candidate. All right, Mom, what do you make of this? For 39 minutes, he just stopped a rally and kind of did his weird Trump dance to these songs.
There was no mic. They had to hook up a mic. They couldn't get the microphone going.
For 39 minutes?
Yes, that's what I read in the article.
Okay.
He could not speak because the microphone went on the blink, so he just started dancing. BFD. And in regard to Harris saying that he needs to give out the medical information, do people really give a shit about what your cholesterol level is? Or do they give a shit about the food on their table, the gas in their cars, buying house or not?
That's
I mean, I care.
If you're going to live in Russia.
I think every president should be taking a fucking physical exam, a mental exam, etc. I fucking care.
Well, look at the last one you voted for. He's like,
that worked out, didn't it?
he's like a leg in the grave, and he was still our president, and nobody gave
Correct.
a shit.
And had anyone made him take a physical or mental fucking
You still would
test,
have voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
we
how
should be
dumb
privy.
we are.
We should be privy to this. Not. I don't even want to talk about dumb and who you're voting for. This is ridiculous.
The mic thing,
we
you're
should
wrong,
all.
Mom, by the way.
You know
Sorry,
what?
Haley,
I
go
just
ahead.
want to dance off. I just want to dance off. Give me
Yeah.
40 minutes of both of them dancing off.
We should have today.
Each candidate should have to do a debate. They should have to turn in their fitness examinations.
Yes.
They should have to do a dance off.
Yes.
They should have to compete in American Gladiators against one
Ray
another.
Gunn should
They should
be
have
the
to-
judge.
They should have to answer questions in interviews.
An old school medieval joust. They should
Yeah.
have to do. Mom, you're wrong about this. The microphone thing was an issue at a rally he did in Detroit. This was a completely other thing that had nothing
Yeah,
to do
he's-
with a microphone. It was his choice to do this dance. Dad, did you watch
He's
the
old.
dance? All 30
No, I
minutes?
didn't.
Yes.
I missed
Not-
the dance.
As soon as we get off the air, I'm going to Google it and look.
I
He's
just did that.
He's old.
I'm reading it right now.
He is literally old and senile. He is Joe Biden. Like, it's happening.
Yeah, do you see any cognitive decline in Trump?
It's,
No.
no, it's better than evil and devilish and wants to kill babies
Devilish.
And put us all in communist Russia.
and no God.
Okay.
Oh
Now,
my God.
you
Yeah,
mentioned
you'll thank my God when it happens to you.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow,
talked-
meow, meow, meow.
And
You
if those
talked-
Democrats think they won't certify when Trump wins,
You're voting.
there will be
You're
hell.
voting for the end of your own life. That's what's funny.
There'll be
Mhm.
hell to pay. When Trump wins
Duh.
and those Dems are like, we're not going to certify this shit, that's when the war begins.
I don't think he's going to
There's
win.
Roman. I
And
think.
I will tell you why. Oh, where'd you
She-
go?
She thinks Roman's here.
I don't understand you guys. I mean, I guess like you don't have little kids
Well, we
anymore,
don't
so a lot of
understand
this.
you either.
I see him in the news. Like the other day, he was doing some interview, and literally out of his
No,
mouth, he
15
said
minutes.
he would, as president,
Jesus.
defund public schools that taught slavery,
Yeah.
that taught history, the
Oh.
history of slavery. He
Do you
said he
know
would
the history of
defund.
slavery? Do you know it?
Oh my God. Let's not.
You
get-
know who started slavery? Black people in Africa.
We've been through this.
What does that have to do with slavery in America? Why it shouldn't be taught in schools?
Slavery in America was just a one-off
Don't yell.
from,
Well, the point of
from
the
the
story
slave owners
is
in Africa selling their damn people.
the point of the story is that he maintains that, Project
Oh, the point of
2025
the
is
story.
bullshit. I'm not in line with what they're saying.
Eh, blah,
That
blah,
literally
blah,
comes from their manifesto.
blah,
Like
blah,
he's just
blah, blah,
regurgitating
blah, blah, blah,
Project
blah, blah.
2025.
But
Okay,
Mom,
2025.
Mom,
yeah.
why are you leaving?
I had to see on my phone when Roman's coming. He's coming in
Okay.
15 minutes.
You guys don't have on the TV today, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Can you please turn it off?
Why?
So that you're here and present in this conversation for
I'm
a simple
right
hour
here
every
listening.
week.
listening to you.
I'm right here.
Can you please turn off the TV?
There's no TV. The only thing on is
There's no
football. and I'm
sound.
not
Are you
watching
really
the
going to
game.
greet Roman? You're going to greet
Can you-
Roman like that in those hats?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have one for him if
All
he
I
wants
ask
it.
of you is that for an hour a week, you concentrate on the conversation we're
I
having.
am.
Be
I'm
present
right
in it.
here. Look, I'm looking at you, you jackass.
All right, so the answer is no. You will not give me that courtesy. So you're
No.
sitting here talking about how rude it is that Kamala Harris shows up 15 minutes late and only answers 10 questions. You can't even have a conversation with your own children without having the TV on in the background.
Oh, now you
That's-
sound like a Democrat.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing. I sound like a Democrat. I'm trying to
I'm
turn your own logic
Googling-
on you.
I'm Googling about Trump
Right.
dancing for 30 minutes.
Well, it was funny.
I
I
just
watched clips
did.
on TikTok.
Yes, he did dance for 30 minutes. That was at his rally in Pennsylvania.
Shows
The mic
stamina.
issue you're talking about was in Detroit. I personally think the
Show
dancing,
stamina.
the low turnout to all of his rallies, we're getting all these reports that like they're half
What
full.
low turnout.
People are leaving early.
Let
I
him
think
talk.
it's that even the Trump supporters can feel the steam is leaving his campaign. I really don't think he has a chance. I'm making the prediction right now. He's
Oh
going
my
to get
God.
demolished in this election.
We feel Go ahead. Tell them how we feel.
Just the opposite.
We feel
I know.
that he's going to demolish her.
I understand. And here's the difference between you and I.
Yes.
I have the
Yeah.
ability to look at objective reality.
You're for a camel face, and we're for the real president.
And you're for an orange face.
No.
You guys don't have the ability to see like what is going on objectively. Like,
Neither
do you
do
remember
you.
when he debated Biden?
Neither do you.
And both
Let him
we
talk.
do.
Let
Both
him
Haley and I said after that debate with Biden, that was it. It was a lock for Trump. Biden was so bad and died on stage. We were like, Trump's going to win. That's it. We could see that objectively. We could see that the candidate we wanted to win was not going to
Let him
after that
talk.
performance. And we came on this very show and we had that
That's
conversation.
all this is.
Now I'm also looking at this situation objectively.
talk.
This dancing on stage for 30 minutes, it means that even he doesn't give a shit about it anymore. Even he is checked out of his own campaign. That's what it looks like to me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I don't agree with you there at all.
All right. Well,
And the
I
small,
agree with myself.
The small rallies belong to Kamala.
Yeah.
They said she had 7,500 people. Somebody who was actually there said it's more like 1,500.
All right. Well, believe what you will. Let's move
Well,
on to
yeah.
our simmer down this week.
Okay.
What do you all think of the current season of Love is Blind?
Don't even know what the hell that is.
We don't watch it.
Why?
Don't-
Why do you do this?
Do
What?
what?
None of us watch it.
That's
Not
why I
one
do
of
it.
us watches it.
That's
now
why I
Chad
do
can talk
it.
about it.
You see, Love is Blind and The Bachelor and all reality dating TV games are very important to me. It's part of my livelihood, part of my business. And I'm just super interested in it as a,
And
you
you
know,
can tell
person.
we aren't.
right.
I did Google it. But
We-
we don't watch it.
We don't watch it.
Yeah.
Never have, never will.
What do you think of reality TV in general? Can I ask you that?
Not much.
I remember having a conversation
Your
with
president
you.
came from it.
He had a reality TV show.
I
but
used to love.
He came from real estate.
I used to love reality TV.
Yeah.
Specifically MTV, Real World,
Mhm.
Road Rules. I watched those religiously for probably the first 6-7 seasons. I don't know. I just fell off of reality TV. I don't really watch it anymore. I've competed in reality TV, so I know that it's bullshit.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It kind of lost. It lost whatever magic that I thought it had. Really, when I competed on my first show, I was like, oh,
God,
Tell-
you don't
tell 'em how they
understand
make
the
you say
resource
certain
you have
things.
in me. I could make you the biggest star in the food reality TV world that has ever existed if you would just allow me to coach you, if you would just follow some of the advice I give you.
mm-hmm.
You ought to
I
do
mean,
it.
yeah. Like you
I know
said,
you
it's-
think that's bullshit, but it's like I've coached people through fucking Bachelor. You don't think I can
Yeah.
do Cake
No,
Wars?
yes, I do, but it's so I don't know. I have a hard time being a fucking character because that's not me. And you're
Motherfucker,
essentially
you are a character. What are you talking about?
no, because they dumb you down. Like I can't say fuck.
You can say whatever you
can't-
want. You can
You
say
can't,
whatever you
not-
want.
You can't, not on the networks
I
that I'm
can
on.
teach you how to control your edit. That's what I'm telling you. I understand how this shit works at a level I don't think most people do. And if you want this, I can deliver it for you if you do what I tell you
You ought
to
to
do.
do it. You ain't got nothing to lose.
I remember though, Haley, how you said they would.
Why are
tell
you fighting him? Do it.
Didn't you have on an earpiece or
Huh?
something? And they'd only let you say certain words or something.
No, it like reality TV is loosely scripted. So they'll say so first of all, you work on these projects, behind the scenes, on camera, you're working literally like 20-hour work days and you create these pieces, that you have to go film and do all this shit. And they will tell you things like, we'll give you extra time to work on your piece if you make 2 of them and then throw one on the floor and so like they give you little leeways if you play their game. Or like, we want you to say this to your teammate. I'm like, motherfucker, I would never say that a day in my life. I don't want, like, I would never say that.
Right.
So
So,
it was hard for me.
here's how you do that. You take the note they're giving you and you spin it and you'll be like, I won't say that, but I'll say this. And you write your own line and you deliver it better than they ever could have imagined. When they say drop your cake on the floor, don't drop your cake on the floor. Pretend to fucking
Roundhouse
slip on
kick the
something.
cake.
Exactly. Tackle the
Yeah.
cake. Dive
Yeah.
through it. Do something great. Look, I could, whatever.
I know that now. You
Yeah.
know, the very first show I did, like I'm walking in deer in headlights and they're
Mhm.
like, say this, do this. And it was like terrible conditions. I won't say the name of the show and I won't say the production company, but I would never work with these people again. It was
You-
nightmarish.
You said
And
the hotel was terrible.
yeah, they put us up in like
Bed bugs.
like pimps and
Wait, is that when I came
prostitutes
to
in the
visit you that
lobby.
one time
Yes. Yes.
at the
Maybe?
hotel that you were at when you were in LA?
Yes. Yes.
Maybe?
Chad
I
came.
can't
I remember
remember.
driving to that hotel being like, what the fuck? What
Yeah,
is
so
going on here?
they literally put us up in like the fucking shadiest hotel I've ever seen. Everyone,
Down by
I
the
for
airport.
whatever reason had a hotel room like on the 3rd floor. Everybody else was on the 1st floor. They all got bed bugs. They came to set like bitten up. There were
Jesus.
pimps and prostitutes in our lobby, someone pissing on the carpet in the corner. And I was like, this is madness. They starved us on set. Like, you know, usually there's like a craft, you know,
Yeah.
that wasn't there. We just showed up and they're like, oh, fuck you. What?
I remember
What?
Chad did go see you and he said he felt bad when he left you there. He said he felt bad.
Yeah, and that show is still going. Okay, like many seasons, and people do it so they can, you know, say they were on TV. But honest to God, I would never work for that production company like ever again.
Sounds like love is blind. All right, let's move on to our next topic. But seriously, sincerely, I can make you a giant reality star if you want that.
I'm still
And
doing
like,
if you-
can we
if
do
you
our own
follow-
show?
Yeah, eventually, that's what it leads to. What you're trying to do in reality TV, primarily now, is get big enough on whatever entry show you're in, whatever the game is that you're playing. You want to get big enough there that you get sucked up into what we call a third wave show, which is where they take celebrities from a bunch of different places, a bunch of different shows, and put them together to compete in bigger games. Like Traders is like this. There was one, in fact, called The GOAT that was on Amazon this past season that had a guy on it who was from a Food Network show. He was a champion baker. His name was Jason something, bald, Southern, gay guy. Do you know this guy? Ring any bells? At any rate, that's the goal, is to get big enough that you can get sucked into these third wave shows and compete against other people from bigger franchises. Then if you pop off that, maybe you get your own show. The path is there.
I don't know. A lot of the shows are just, I'm not interested. Like, it's kind of dumb shit. I did see one that's new on Prime called Killer Cakes, and it's all horror themed. And I think Matthew Lillard is the host. Would love to do that show.
Hit them up. Hit up the people who you know on these various shows and be like, do you have any connections to this? That's
Hit 'em
literally
up.
how
I'll
it
see.
happens.
I'll
I
see if I
think
can
you need
figure
to
that
do
out.
your cookbook right now too while you're hot.
I am simultaneously doing everything. I am writing my cookbook. I am writing an actual book. I am
Just,
shipping a fucking 600 orders across the fucking world right now. I'm doing it all.
Stop
It
it.
all.
If you can't get a publisher to do it, just self-publish it right now.
Good advice. All right.
All right.
Let's move on to our third topic. Dad's face is, what's going on there?
Exhausted.
You're not
He's
doing
been
anything. You're just
dancing.
sitting there watching
Dancing
football.
for 40
Dancing
minutes.
with Trump.
Speaking of Trump, our next topic is the enemy within. Last Sunday, Donald Trump said he wants to use the military on United States citizens who disagree with him, describing these, in quotes, radical left Americans as, quote, the enemy within. Then he doubled down on his demonization of his opponents during a Fox News town hall event on Wednesday,
Jesus
describing
Christ.
evil Democrats as more dangerous than China or Russia.
We
Kamala
have
Harris
a
and Tim Walz
30 million man army ready to go.
Kamala Harris and Tim Walz both addressed Trump's comments, with Harris telling supporters in Pennsylvania that Trump is unhinged and after, quote, unchecked power. And Walz argued in Wisconsin that the former president crossed the line. Republicans, meanwhile, have spent the week scrambling to spin the threat, largely by claiming Trump didn't actually say what he did, in fact, actually say. Fox News' Harris Faulkner played a montage of clips of Trump during the interview in which he mentioned the enemy from within, but omitted the part where he called on using the military to suppress those who disagree with him. And this has kind of been the strategy of most right-wing pundits. So, Mom, I'm going to ask you first. Do you think it's okay for a president or presidential candidate to talk about the enemy within and to point fingers at American citizens and say that military force needs to be used against them?
I don't think he's pointing fingers at citizens in the United States. I think
That's
he's
literally what he
pointing
said.
fingers at Kamala Harris.
He said the
And-
enemy within, and he
yeah,
said
that's her. That's
no.
her.
He said that there is a radical left
Right.
within
her.
America.
Yes.
Would you consider me and Haley to be part of that radical left?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
are you Kamala
Everybody
Harris
always
fans?
said, you know, it's the Make America Great Again. There's too much division in this country. Motherfucker, it starts with Trump.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to end with Trump.
That's
too.
why this division exists to begin with.
No.
And he just perpetuates it every time he fucking gets a mic.
No, it's the Democrats don't want to go to prison for the rest of their life, and they're fighting for their life right now.
What would they go to
Because
prison for?
Huh?
What would they go to prison for?
Oh, you don't think that Joe Biden and Barack Obama are dirty up to their fucking eyeballs? They've done numerous things that are against the law. They're
Such
both
as?
going to fucking prison for the rest of their life. And all Kamala Harris is a fucking puppet bitch that they stuck in there.
What is one of the illegal things they've done?
Well, Obama's killed people.
Not illegal if you're president. The Supreme Court just said you can kill people.
Joe Biden
you're
Biden
president.
took billions of dollars or millions of dollars from the Chinese.
Got away with it.
Okay.
I did find out whose cocaine that was.
And Obama did kill people.
Who's good? Of course he did. So did Trump. All presidents kill. That's part of the job.
Right.
The cocaine was brought in.
See, you're just like Kamala Harris. Whatever you're doing, you blame Trump for.
No, I agree with you. All politicians kill. Obama, in fact, killed Osama bin Laden. You might remember. You disagree with that?
What?
Obama got Osama bin Laden, killed him?
No, I think a Navy SEAL got Osama bin Laden.
Right, but Obama was the one who gave the order to send in the team.
It had nothing to do with Obama.
He literally was the one on the phone that said the intel looks good, send him in.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Haley, do you think it's okay for a president to talk about the enemy within?
Yes, because there is one.
No. It's like we always have to have a bad guy. You know, like 9/11 happened, and then it was very dangerous for all Muslims in the United States. Like there's always got to be like that bad guy. And right now, because there is a division amongst Americans, the bad guy for Donald Trump is the left. It's like they're always trying to egg us on. There's always a fucking division.
Somebody
and
that you have
guys
to hate.
just eat it up. Yeah, like you guys always they feed you. It fuels your fire and you get fucking mad about it. And it's not real.
We're about to gain one vote.
Okay.
Roman's here.
So, well, I guess we have to wait for my mom to come back. Is Roman getting on this?
I don't know. Well, you can ask him.
I mean, that's his choice, but I hope
Roman,
not.
by the way, is Haley, your eldest child.
Mm-hmm.
My nephew. How old is he now? 20?
20.
Nice.
Motherfucking 20.
I remember when I was
An
20.
adult.
Vaguely.
I don't.
Are we waiting for them to come back? What's going on? The show, as always, is just plagued by people leaving the conversation, not paying attention, watching football games in the background.
Okay. Look who I got.
Hey.
Hello. Do you want to be on the podcast, Roman?
He said, nice hat, Mimi.
Here, put yours on.
No, you put that on. We have a black one.
Do you want to be on the show, Roman?
Sure.
Sit in that chair. Sit in that chair right there. Or okay, squat down, whatever.
Tell the people why you're here. It's kind of cool.
So you're going to vote for Trump tomorrow?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Here's a Trump hat. We got him a black one.
Roman, we right now are talking.
You realize your life's over?
Okay, hang on a minute. Roman, we are right now talking about Trump's comments about the enemy within. Are you aware that he said this past week?
No.
Okay, very interesting. How kind of like up on political news do you believe you are as a 20-year-old college student?
Probably not as up as I should be, but I do I try to stay informed. I've watched both of the debates. I actually had a watch party with all of my friends.
Okay.
For both of them.
That's pretty interesting. and 20-year-olds who are most of your friends like you liberal, pretty much?
Hmm?
So everyone thought that Kamala Harris won that debate?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
When you watched the one against Joe Biden, who did you think won that?
Trump, like,
Okay.
Biden was pretty bad.
So objective reality, you were able to see it. Well, here's what happened this past week. Donald Trump said essentially that there is a radical left element in America and that it is the enemy within, and military force should be used against American citizens, essentially. Do you think that that is okay for a president or presidential candidate to speak about?
I think that's a little absurd.
All right.
Just a little bit.
But who are we talking about, the enemy within? I'm thinking he's
That's my
talking
next
about
question.
Kamala
Me.
Harris.
Especially you and you and you.
Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Is it ordinary citizens, just left-leading citizens, or is it,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
citizens.
figureheads?
Everybody.
It's figureheads. That's what I think he's
I
talking
think it's
about.
all citizens leaning left.
That is also what I think he means. Like,
it is
just
what he means.
open fire.
The reason
What
that he
I
says
think
these
he
things
means.
is exactly
I
what
don't.
you were saying, Haley.
We have a 30 million man army getting ready to take to the streets. Get ready.
And see, the enemy within.
It won't be funny, Roman.
Then I think of the dark people, like
It's coming your way.
Where are the children that crossed over the border? I'm thinking it's the evil people there. That's the enemy within. The cartel that sell them to the people here that then go
That's
into.
not what he said.
The
He
enemy
said-
within is like a political
It's
idea
you three.
that he's giving to you and to all of his followers to essentially say, we are righteous and anybody who is not on Team Trump is an enemy.
That's correct.
Right. And so if you believe that, you're now living in America where it's not, okay, whoever's president is going to preside over us all for the greater good
Yeah.
of the American citizenry.
For
It
the
is
dumbasses
half
that
of
don't
this
know
country
better yet.
deserves military force being
Correct.
used against it.
Correct.
That is some Hitler shit.
Correct.
I don't believe
Correct.
that's what he's talking
That's like concentration camps. That's hauling people away to be fucking
No, we're
murdered.
not
That
gonna
is
put you in a
literally,
concentration camp.
about. We're gonna get the illegal.
you're
They're
just
gonna
gonna
shoot-
kill us
they're
in
gonna
the
shoot
street.
you.
Hang
Yeah.
on, Mom, you said something.
Later, I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm fine.
Mom, you said something that I found kind of interesting. That's not what he's talking about. And
Okay.
this has been something that Trump supporters have had to do really since 2016. He will come out and say
Apologize.
something on tape, and then his supporters have to say, well, that's not what he was really talking
And you just
about.
did it. His 40-minute dance sesh. You said, "Oh no, the microphone wasn't working."
I really,
that's not correct.
You're always.
I read something where it was. I thought that
Nope,
was it.
it was at a different rally.
Okay, I did not know that.
So,
You cannot continuously make apologies for this fucking guy.
or
Well,
reinterpret
you
what
said what
he's
he
saying.
said.
For Kamala Harris either.
You can't throw a watermelon.
I don't.
face either.
I
He
don't.
doesn't
I don't
believe in
give a
God.
Oh,
fuck.
What?
Camelback.
Makes fun of Christians.
You guys,
We're
you
not-
guys have the
She's a
inability
fucking communist. That's
You
gonna
have the
turn us into
inability
Russia.
to
You're all
accept
stupid.
Okay.
reality and what he has said. You're always making apologies for it. That's not what he meant. It is. He said what he meant.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I want to ask each one of you, since you three are on the other side or the enemy, so you say.
We don't
why,
say that.
Haley?
He said that.
Haley.
Well, you're
why-
my enemy politically, no doubt about it.
Okay, why, Haley, are you voting for Harris? Why?
Because he's
I've told you a
against
fucking
Trump.
million times. Yes, I am very anti-Trump, and literally any other candidate I'm
Yeah.
probably going to vote for. I didn't choose Kamala Harris. I probably would never choose her. She's not my favorite. I know she's contributing to the genocide in Palestine. There are tons of things that she does that I don't agree with.
Guess what?
However,
Guess
she's
what?
not Donald Trump. She's
Uh-huh.
not going to take away my freedoms as a fucking woman.
Yes, she
My
will.
friends and family's freedoms as
okay.
the LGBTQ plus community. I have a slew of reasons that I'm
Okay.
voting for Kamala Harris, and one of them is because I'm so fucking anti Donald Trump.
Guess
Yeah.
what? You can also write someone else in. If you're doing it just
That's a
to be,
wasted vote. That's a wasted vote.
No,
Why
it's
would I
not.
do that?
So it's voting for
I am
her.
literally ready to pack my shit up and fucking leave this country because
No,
I
you're
do not want Donald
No,
Trump to be our president.
Big talk. That's big talk.
God,
If I
those
had the
fingers are
means
driving
to
me
do
nuts.
so,
You're
I
not
would.
going anywhere. So stop.
Okay, Chad.
Stop the bullshit.
Chad, you're next. Why are you voting for her?
I'm a single issue voter. She's going to legalize weed. I'm just kidding. I agree with almost everything Haley said there. I mean, I do. I agree with it all. I think Trump is, I mean, he wants to be a dictator. He said it. Day one, he wants to be a dictator. I don't want to be ruled by a dictator in America. I value freedom of speech, which I think he wants to do away with, as he's said multiple times.
And you're going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Do you value
education? Like he wants
the
to
woke
eradicate
speech is a different thing than what Trump is saying.
Stupid bitch.
No.
Like all of the
Wait a minute. Who'd you just call a bitch?
Kamala Harris.
Oh, I thought you were saying it to Haley.
She's a stupid bitch.
This is what I'm saying about freedom of speech. There may be in kind of like the woke speak that is currently in America. I agree. There is kind of like a lack of freedom of speech there, but it's not
kind of like
legally enforced or militarily enforced. I think with Trump in office, if you say something against Trump,
it's coming your way, Jose.
With Trump in office, he has said he wants to imprison people who don't agree with him. That is the definition of loss of freedom of speech.
What about, do you agree with illegal immigrants getting more money than our veterans and more money than people that need it here in our United States?
I'm against the war machine and against the idea of borders at all. I don't think countries or money should exist.
And look what you got now.
All right, Roman, why will you vote the way I think you might vote? Tell us which way you're going to vote and tell us why.
He doesn't have to tell you who he's going to vote for.
You don't have to. If you
we all know he's going to vote for a horse face.
You don't have to if you don't want to. You're going to vote for Kamala?
I'm not good at like talking. I'm not good at putting my thoughts into words, you know.
Oh, yes, you are.
Like maybe you two don't know this, but like all of my friends at college are queer, like LGBTQ, you know?
Yeah.
Like at least 90% of them. And
and so you think that 1% should dictate what the rest of us think?
No, you're missing the whole point. It's that some people think everyone should be accounted for and given the same rights and have the same abilities as Americans.
I believe the majority rules.
Right. As do we. That's democracy.
Roman, you also have sisters and you know women. I mean, like, you say your piece.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you this, Roman. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You said that 90% of your friends are queer.
I can't hear what you just said.
I'm asking Roman this question. You said that 90% of your friends are queer. Do you think that that is a symptom of those are just the people you want to hang out with? Or do you think that in your generation, it's a larger percentage of that generation?
There's definitely a larger percentage, like, at least that's how it seems. But also I just surround myself with these people because they're like the coolest people I know, you know?
It is that way. It is not just because you're in college and that's, I mean, you do flock to, you know, the people that you do for reasons, but my bakery is also 90% queer. and they're not all teenagers, you know, like it's 20 somethings, 30 somethings. People are now, I would like to know a real statistic, like how many people in the world actually are queer in some capacity, because I have to imagine it's got to be at least 50% of the population.
Oh my God.
At least.
You really think so?
Well,
in younger generations, I think, yes.
There is an umbrella, you know, that all of this shit falls under. And there's when you say queer, I mean, that can mean so many different things.
Right.
It's just not, you know, hetero, cis, you know, like it can mean so many different things. And so just again, the shit in my bakery, like all of my friends in my bakery, all of your friends, like all the people that I know and little branches that come out from these people, they're all fucking queer. Okay. That's a lot of people.
Roman, do you know anybody your age who's like a hardcore Trump supporter and super racist and homophobic?
Like I see them around.
Okay. So they do exist.
I don't like interact with them usually just because they're like, they would not get along with the people that I hang out with.
You don't interact with
they definitely, they exist in the kids' high school right now. I get
What
stories.
kind of people are we talking about?
Like
enemy within.
outwardly saying N-word, outwardly saying R slur,
Saying what?
in high school.
Yeah.
Wearing like MAGA shit. Yes, it exists. It exists.
Oh,
Okay.
wearing MAGA shit
within-
is so bad. Oh my God. We are such
All right.
bad people.
Let me move
Oh,
on
God. I have
to
to
our
feed
fourth
Roman.
and final topic here. Let's get to it
Yeah, let's
quickly.
hurry it up.
I'll stay for the
Trump's
the
too
debate.
exhausted for interviews. As Kamala Harris is doing podcasts and going on Fox News, Trump is backing out of interview after interview. He backed out of an interview planned with NBC in Philadelphia and one with CNBC's Squawk Box and one with 60 Minutes earlier this month. A Trump advisor told Shade Room, another outlet that was trying to secure an interview with Trump, that he was, quote, exhausted and refusing interviews, but that could change. Why do you think, Mom, Trump is backing out of all these interviews?
He's tired. He's exhausted. I think he's done, what, 50 days in a row?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris has
is
not done that many. She won't even answer questions when asked.
Kamala Harris is the vice president of the United States of America. She has a full-time job and
Which she
is
has
campaigning.
not done at all. That's a good one.
Listen,
Shit.
She has done nothing. As
I'm
vice
saying
president.
he
Oh
is
my
saying
God.
I'm too tired to do these
She's
interviews.
out ordering her next pantsuit. That's all she does.
Okay.
for
She
work.
went on Fox News. You guys had a big complaint about her being on Fox News. She's going
No, we
into the
didn't.
lion's den while
She
Trump
did.
is
She's
canceling
terrible.
interviews
Answer
left and
a
right.
single question out of 10.
I mean, you
Okay.
guys are basically voting for somebody who's going to put you in prison.
Okay.
I just
That is
can't
not what
That's
we're talking
how
about.
stupid you
We're
are.
talking about Trump backing out of these interviews.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay,
There would be no reason to talk about
It's
that.
called he's tired. He is tired.
Right. Tired and weak.
Every
that makes
day
him look
he's been
weak.
going places, doing everything. She has not.
What do you what do
he
you
literally
think
is
being the
not.
president is?
Well,
What do
hang
you
on a
think is
second.
going to transpire?
Hang on a second. Mom, you're saying he's going all these places and that's why he's tired. He's doing all these things. The topic we're talking about is that he's literally not going to these places and not doing these things because he's too exhausted. He is a tired old man.
No,
How
he's
old is
not.
he?
For 50 days, he was nonstop. He was going everywhere
Uh-huh.
when she was dodging places.
Well, he
He
wasn't
didn't
going
do a
everywhere.
goddamn interview
He's
till
not.
last
He's
week.
not. He's not going to these interviews anymore because he's tired. There's no point in doing it. He's already
'Cause he's lost.
already locked it down.
He's tired of people being biased to him too.
He's already locked it down.
Why would he do another
Look,
debate?
this-
when
I'm gonna
all
tell
the
you-
debate people up there are biased against him?
I'm going to tell you objectively what is happening here. And as
Okay.
I said before, Haley and I,
Objectively.
This is
Roman
your
too.
point of view.
This is your objectively point of view,
Yes.
Yeah, but we
which means zero.
Like-
okay, but
your
we
hands
have the ability
on
to be
stuff
objective
that
about
you
these
today.
things.
No,
as
you
we
don't.
established earlier
No,
when
you
we said
don't.
we thought Joe Biden lost
No,
the
you
debate
do
against
not.
Trump.
He's turned crazy since Roman came. Stop.
I know he's been infused with youthful energy.
This
Roman's
is not
breaking
my
it
fault. I'm
down.
sorry.
It is your fault.
Roman's bringing it down in him. This is why we're fighting. This is why we're fighting right
Yeah,
here
right
for
there.
him.
And
We're
you
fighting
know
for
what?
him.
You're going to realize that Grandpa and Grandma are right, and your mother's full of
Listen,
shit.
you keep
Sooner
saying
or
that.
later.
You've been telling me and Haley that we're going to realize you're right. I don't know how long, decades at this point.
Okay.
And
No,
so far, that realization has not hit.
it's going to take one election.
Yeah. Okay. So here is what I believe is happening, objectively speaking. Trump
Oh,
is doing these
God.
things where he's putting on music and like doing his
watch
weird little
football.
dance for 30 minutes at a rally. His
Yeah.
rallies are only half the people are showing up. People are leaving early. He's backing out of interviews that have already been scheduled. He knows it's over. That is what this feels like. The steam has come out of this Trump train. And I think we're 2 weeks out from the election. I think even he knows it's over. I think just like in
No.
2016, he doesn't believe he can win this and he doesn't want to win this.
Okay. My opinion. I totally disagree.
All
I
right.
think this election is done and over. He's going to win by a landslide. She has just told Christians to F off. She has just
She
told
didn't do that.
Catholics to F off.
Yes,
No,
she
she
By
is.
did.
not going to the dinner,
All right.
by saying to that guy, I think you're in the wrong place when he talked about Jesus or God or whatever he said. She has all the religious people mad at her. She has the black men not even liking her. Obama
Jews.
has to go out there and drum up the business for
And
her.
Jews hate her.
Okay, that's my opinion. I think it's
All right.
already done deal. Landslide, he's going to win.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see very, very soon, in short order. Well, that wraps up the program. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
I
Roman,
love everybody.
hang on.
Let that
Roman,
talk.
I don't know if you have ever watched or listened to this program, but at the end of it, despite our political
I was
differences,
actually catching up on it on the way here. I listened to like 4 episodes.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for listening. You're our biggest fan. At the end of every episode, despite our political differences, we must remember we are a family, and for better or worse, you're a part of that family now, Roman. So, Haley, I love you. Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Roman, I love you.
Oh,
Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Chad, I love you. Roman, I love you.
Yeah, I love everybody.
oh my God. Chad, I love you.
And
Haley.
war's coming your way.
Haley, I love you. Bob, be quiet so I can tell you I love you. And
Can you
Roman,
make him Wyatt Earp for
I've
Halloween this year?
I've loved you since the day you were born.
Can what?
What?
Can you dress as Wyatt Earp this year for Halloween? Like, just dress up. And hell's coming with me.
How about Jack Nicholson in Shining? Ah.
That'd be a good one, too. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this
I
week.
love
We
my
will be
Roman.
back, not next week, because next weekend,
Don't hug that damn liberal.
I love my Roman.
next
I love you,
weekend,
monkey. I love you, me.
3 of the
Yes.
5 participants in this very
Yes, I
podcast are
love
going to be going to a
you.
football game next week. So we will not have a show, but then the week after that, we will have our final show before the election. Get ready for that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Although next week, I may make a little video of the football game.
Bye.
Bye. Peace out.
Bye.
We're fighting for this one.
Losers.